So in your C or C++, whatever it may be, generally, how do you write a program? First of all, you write some source code, is it not? Source code you write in some text editor. Text editor, you know that, like Notepad, WordPad, is it not? So many editors are available, or even DOS editor. You can work on DOS editor also. So once, etc. So once you type your program, you save that file. Is it not? You are going to save that file. You type some name, file name. Let us say X as the file name. .c is the extension. So that is the source code which you type in C or C++. If it is C.C, otherwise if it is C++, it is going to be .cpp. That is the only difference. Then you are going to compile the program. So what is happening? X dot, let us say C, for example, X.C or X.C++, if it is C++, and that is gone for compilation. So once you compile, you are going to generate .obj file. Is it not? X dot object file is created, and then that is not enough. You have to execute to get the output. .exe file will be created. My question is that which among these two files, .obj, sorry, .obj or .exe consists of more lines of code? Basic C entry question actually. Even if you put Java in your resume, they are going to ask you sometimes these kind of questions. Majority students can't answer properly. .obj or .exe, which consists of more lines of code? Consists of more lines of code. Tell me. We have information. So let me write a small, very small C program. For example, is it visible? Text is visible, or need to change a bit?
It is visible, sir.
Visible. Previous class I changed, I think, this format just a bit. I will add. Right, this is better. Now it is okay, right? So a very small program. Let me write hash include stdio.h, and then very small one. So this is the program which I have done. So when you, this is your source code, x.c, let us suppose. Then let me separate this portion. When you compile, when you are going to compile your program, only this part will be executed. Got it? Only this portion will be expanded or executed. When you create .obj file, .obj file will be created based on this part of the code. It is not taking the upper part of the code. Okay, that is a problem. But during execution, both will be considered. In the sense, the entire program will be considered. This way. So entire code will be executed. So x.exe, see the difference. During object file creation, only this part will be taken into consideration, not that part. That's why I am isolating the upper half. Okay. But during execution, see the difference. Entire section of code will be executed. Because can you believe that this part of the code will be also having, this line will be also having some code? Because stdio stands for, it's a link section. You know that I don't want to go in depth in that. It is not required now. So printf, standard input output. Printf is output function. You know that. Similarly, if I write scanf, scanf is an input function. So these functions, these are ready-made functions, predefined functions. Just call them, they will run. But can you believe that it is also having some code? Just like we call ready-made dress stitched dress. But even if I call ready-made dress, still it is also stitched. So this is predefined, but it is also having some code. That code you are going to execute here. And that will be done only during the execution of your application for getting output. During compilation, only this part will be executed. But during execution, there is a difference. Got it? That's why .exe consists of more lines of code. .exe consists of more lines of code. That is a difference. Now you can see the answer I shared with your in your group also. This notes, same question is given. You can see the answer now. .exe consists of more lines of code since it carries the code of what? Header files also along with our code. So which is your code here? This is only your code. Sorry, this one from here to here. This is your viewpoint. This is only your idea to display site on the screen. But printf will be having some code and all that code will be present here. That is not our code. So only your code will be executed during compilation. But when you execute, when you run your program, the header file will be also executed. That's why, yes. So .exe consists of more lines of code since it carries the code of header files along with our code in machine language. Whereas on the other hand, .obj file carries only source code in machine code without the header file code. Okay, that is why that is the one which I discussed. And then let us come back to this one. As I told right now, this is the source code in C language. See, let us suppose that I developed a game, okay, in C language. I developed one game using C language. And I want to share that with my friends around the world. I got output pretty well on my system. I worked on my system right now. I am successful in executing that program. And I want to share that with my friends. So my friends are at different places. One of them is using Celeron processor and another one is using Spark processor and yet another person is using Pentium processor. And their operating systems are also different. One is using Windows, the other one Unix, and the other one Macintosh, and the other one Spark. I may be using Windows, but my friends are using Macintosh, Spark, or sorry, Macintosh is an operating system. Spark is not operating system. I'm talking about OS, right? Unix operating system. One of my friend is using, and the other one is using, say, Ubuntu, and the other one is using some other operating system like Solaris or something like that. Okay, so here the problem is that I am able to run my program on my system. I can watch those features, but unfortunately, my friends XYZ, they can download my program, but they are unable to run the program. That is a problem. They are able to download. Sometimes, see, you are able to download a movie or songs successfully, but unable to execute. Any use in that? Any use in that? My friends are able to download, but they are unable to run the program. That is the problem. That is where C is failing because their processors are different and their operating systems are also different. Every processor will be having a unique instruction set. The instruction set of Celeron is different from Spark is different from Pentium. Okay. So you are having microprocessor, you know. So every processor will be having unique instruction set. Maybe some lines of code may be common, but sure some difference will be there with respect to what? With respect to the lines of instructions. Okay, that is a problem. Just like I can compare, if three students are there in the class coming from three different states, three different language speaking states, then whatever I talk in Telugu, they can't understand. They can listen, but they can't understand. That is a problem. Means that is a problem here. So, what is the solution for that? If a translator is there, my job is done or not? Everybody, when a translator is present, just I can speak only one time in the class and leave the class so that he can translate into each and every person's understandable language. Is it not? So that lacks in C or C++. The translator is not there. That translation is done by JVM in Java. Let us go with Java this time. If you take Java, see here. I have this time, as I am unsuccessful with C or C++, while sharing my experiences with others, this time I have done a game program in Java. Okay, this is the source code x.java. Then I compiled the program. You know, Java C is the name of the compiler, and I am able to generate a dot class file, means bytecode. And bytecode is a very intelligent code that can be read by any processor and any operating system. Right? See, previously what happened during C language, another problem is their operating system also is unable to take that because my .exe file is a representation on Windows operating system. I generated x.exe on my system and my operating system is Windows. So .exe represents Windows. Okay, I have done program on my laptop and my laptop is Windows. Operating system is Windows. So my .exe is a Windows representation. How can it represent some other operating systems? Got it. For example, see, if somebody is playing for India in Olympics, after going to some other country, can he change playing for England or something like that? No, it is not possible all of a sudden. Is it not? Same problem. Compatibility issue is going to arise with respect to other operating systems because my exe.exe is my Windows operating system representation. It cannot represent Linux. It cannot represent Macintosh operating system or it cannot represent Ubuntu operating system. That's where it is failing. So with respect to microprocessor, it is failing, and with respect to operating system also, it is failing. Okay, that is a problem. So what to do? Now, same game I developed using Java. So I have compiled that program. I told you, I think before, when you compile your program, you can throw this out, source code. No need. You can throw that away as well. No issue at all. Because dot class file is very important. If you can keep this dot class file safe, you can run on any system with same output, no change. You can try, you can experiment. Three of you are there, no? One of you type on one of your laptops some program. You copy that dot class file in a pen drive, and in your college or somewhere on your friend system, you try to execute that. Direct execution. No need to compile again because it is compiled file, well compiled file, bytecode, very intelligent code. You put on any system where JVM is present, it runs smoothly without any problem. That is the power of JVM and that bytecode. Means I told you that example. If a translator is there, interpreter is there between me and the three students, so that I can speak only once, so that that person can execute If JVM Celeron is there, JVM Celeron equivalent code will be, code interpretation will be done. Like if a Bengali student is there, Telugu will be converted into Bengali by that interpreter, like that. So if JVM Spark is there, Spark understandable code will be translated. That bytecode can be translated like that. Similarly, JVM Pentium is there, no problem. The interpreter will take care of that. Got it? That is the effect of JVM and bytecode. And inside Java, and Java virtual machine is also a program written using C language only. Okay. So, and JVM consists of three things. What are those? See here. Interpreter, just-in-time compiler. Yesterday I was talking about JIT. I can recollect here. JIT I was talking about. Just-in-time compiler. Actually, Java programs run very slow. I told you before also. C programs run faster than C++, faster than Java. But lot of difference between C++ and Java. That's why to increase the speedness of Java applications, they introduced, in addition to Java C compiler, they introduced one more compiler called as just-in-time JIT compiler. With the introduction of JIT compiler, yes, you can understand the speed of the Java application became good enough. I mean, their speed has been increased, but still Java programs run slow when compared with C++. C is the fastest, right? That is JIT compiler, and just now I told you about interpreter. So interpretation will be done. Java is the only programming language where both compilation as well as interpretation will be done. And then garbage collection will be also done. So you understood garbage collection. Later on I will speak. Separate interview question is there. I will speak about that way. So that's why finally I can conclude that C or C++, they are platform dependent. If I am using Windows operating system, my friend also has to use same Windows operating system with the same version. And whatever microprocessor I am using, my friend also has to use same microprocessor. Then only it will work. That is the problem with C and C++. That's why we can say that C and C++ are platform dependent languages. Is it not? C and C++ are platform dependent languages. So talking about architectural, what is it? Architectural neutral we are talking. Yes, here it is. C and C++ are platform dependent languages. Whereas Java is platform independent language. Okay, you got this also right now. And then portable. There is one famous slogan called as, talking about Java, write once. Java, write once and run on any system. Any system. Just now I told you, na, I have written, one of you has written program in on one of your systems. You just copy that .class file. Taking laptop every day to college is difficult. You can carry that pen drive to college, and the same program you can execute, same .class file you can directly execute on any laptop or desktop in the college. Same output you will get. So that's why we can say that Java, write once and run anywhere, run on any system. That is why we can call Java as portable. And then the next one, distributed. Java is distributed because you can share, modify files, that and this. I will show you that also. Somewhere I showed you, not in this case. I think I showed you in some other place. Yes, here it is. Yeah, this one. See, for example, I am a client staying in some remote place. I am having internet connection. So I want to see NASA space research, satellite, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, all these things. So I have contacted Yahoo site, Yahoo server. Where is Yahoo server present? It is present in US. Immediately I got response. I sent request, I got response. I believe as if that I got information from Yahoo server in US. But unfortunately, Yahoo server is not having that information. But still I am able to get. How it is possible? It will contact an Australian server. If it is also not having, it may contact a New Zealand server, like that. Like that, all the servers, not only servers, I can contact one of my friend on internet. He can contact his friend. He can send a request to his friend. He will respond. But if he cannot respond, he can contact some server and he will get response. So what is the conclusion? All the clients and all the servers are in distributed environment. They can share objects, they can modify objects, they can create objects, they can delete objects, they can append objects. Okay, n number of things can they can perform on objects, because objects are the one which carries data. Okay, that is why Java is distributed. Anything within fraction of seconds around the world you can pass that information. Internet is accepting that. So that's why Java is distributed. So that is the meaning of this buzzword. Java is distributed. We can share, we can share. Otherwise, what else we can do? We can modify, we can append, or we can delete objects. That's why, because of this distributed environment, it is possible. And then Java is dynamic. Best example is applets. You are having a concept called as applets, like cartoons. You can design cartoons, you can design games, video games, etc. using advertisements, etc. Advertisements also, etc. With the help of applets. Applets provide dynamic programming. What is dynamic? Dynamic means moving. Movements will be there, like cartoons, games, very quick movements will be there. Advertisements, ads on the city centers, some advertisements will be there, no? Revolving like that. So these are all possible with the dynamic applications in Java. Actually, static applications means till now, whichever program we have done, they are all static applications. But you can work on dynamic applications also. In applets, we can cover those things. In applets, cartoons, games, etc. you can develop. But in the early part of 1990s, a lot of problems came while they started developing dynamic programs. Because dynamic programs generally get the attention of public, right from children to old people, everybody looking for dynamic applications like cartoons, games, etc. Every time only news or some textual information is boring, is it not? That's why. But really, they faced so many problems. A lot of times operating system collapsed, crashed with the dynamic applications in the beginning due to so many reasons. That's why they invented one technology called as sandbox. They won't ask and introduce this one, but just for information, I'm telling you. Sandbox technology they have introduced. Again, still they had some problems with sandbox. Again, they revised that version, and finally they got clicked with that. Then internet flourished like anything. So sandbox means it is not a machine or any other physical thing. It is also a program written using C languages. Okay, that's about that. And then Java is multi-threaded. Java is multi-threaded. A thread is a subprogram. What do you mean by thread? In threads concept, I will explain this. A thread is a sub-program. Subprogram. After 5th September, I will discuss about these things. A thread is a subprogram. Multiple threads you can run at a time. Like something like if I want to hold on chatting for a while, I can hold on from this Zoom app also. You can be on the line, but still I can hold on and I can send some email to my friend at the same point of time. Or I can download a movie or any other song or something like that at the same point of time. And I can send images to somebody else through Facebook or something like that. Same point of time, I can do multiple tasks at a time. That is possible in Java applications. We can see those effects in threads concept soon. Okay, I guess all the buzzwords covered. Any buzzword left uncovered? I think we have done all the buzzwords, isn't it? Yes.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
The next concept is, let me recollect any topics missed. Let me check once. This we have covered all these things. You can study. And one more thing, let us cover these entry questions as well. What is the difference between .exe and .class file? .exe consists of machine code, understandable to the particular microprocessor. It is system dependent. That is a problem with .exe. What about Java? There is no question of .exe. .class file contains byte code for the JVM. JVM can understand only byte code. No other code it can understand. It is system independent. I told you already, Java, write once, run anywhere on any system. And then this is yet another important question. Nowadays, they may ask you this one. In my days, we call it as J2SE. Way back in 2005, at that point of time, we used to say J2SE, J2EE. In Amirpet, so many banners were there at that time. J2SE, J2EE, J2ME, just evolving in those days, J2ME. Nowadays, they removed that two. The platform was known as Java 2 platform in my days. Now they are calling that as, they removed that 2 version from 1.2 version onwards, they removed that. The name was changed to Java platform. That's all. Java standard edition, latest one. Java enterprise edition, Java mobile edition, micro edition, like that. Okay, that is a difference. SE means it is a base platform. That's it. This area I covered. And then next one, JVM architecture I have to cover. Before that, any other entry questions will complete these things. So this is the first entry question, and then anything left? Yeah, this is a very, very important entry question. What is mark and sweep mechanism? I told you, I just showed you inside JVM. Inside JVM, there are three things I just now told you. What are those three things? One is JIT compiler, interpreter, and the other one is garbage collector. Right, let me complete that. JVM Java Virtual Machine is a program written using C language, and it consists of JIT compiler plus interpreter plus garbage collector. And there is one entry question on garbage collection. Let me answer that. Garbage collector, or what is garbage collection? So inside JVM there will be garbage collector. Garbage collector present inside JVM. And garbage collector means it is not a machine. Again, it is a program only written using C language. Okay. So they may ask you not like this, they may ask you in a different way. Like, what is the mechanism involved in garbage collection? That is the question. What is the mechanism involved in garbage collection? Mark and sweep. That is the answer. Mark and sweep. Majority students can't answer this question. Okay, mark and sweep is it's an algorithm, or sometimes they may ask you what is the algorithm, what is the mechanism, or sometimes they may ask you like this, what is the algorithm involved in garbage collection. Mark and sweep is an algorithm involved in garbage collection. So what does that mark and sweep mechanism consist of? So that that algorithm, that program, that application written using C language will automatically mark all the unused objects. For example, there are so many objects randomly placed like this. Object 1, object 2, object 5, object 7. Randomly they are present like this in your program's memory, I mean. So this mark and sweep mechanism, what exactly it does, it will mark the objects. Which object is marked we cannot say, it is just leave it to garbage collector. It will mark all the unused objects randomly. Okay, all unused objects, the objects which are no more in use, unused objects are marked first of all randomly, not one after another, not sequentially, just randomly. It will mark first of all them. All unused objects are marked randomly and then starts sweeping them. And then starts sweeping them away from the memory. So if memory is released, you are comfortable to store some more new things. Is it not? New things can be executed later on. And it is an automatic process, not like C or C++. Here it is automatic. It is automatic process in Java. Memory will be automatically created and automatically deleted. It is an automatic process. Programmer will be having no interpretation in this. Programmer will be having no interpretation in this. So that is all about garbage collection. Okay, that is very important. You should remember this name. Mark and sweep. Very simple. The name itself is telling all the unused objects will be marked. That's what I have given here. All unused objects are marked randomly and then start sweeping them away from the memory one by one. It is an automatic process. Programmer will be having no interpretation of this. So that is another entry question which may be asked. And then what else? JVM is an important one. So again, on a fresh day, I will discuss that. And any miscellaneous topics I'm covering. Anything left? Yes, this is 5 marks entry question. Next class, I will explain this. So we covered all the buzzwords also, it seems. Otherwise, better I go with today itself, JVM architecture also. That is better option. Yeah. See here. So this is called as class loader subsystem. All the dot class files are created in. So in your program, there may be so many dot class files. We have done so many programs till now. Interfaces, abstract classes, inheritances. Sometimes there may be 2 or 3 or 4 classes in your program. So when you compile, if only one class is there, one dot class file will be created. If your program consists of a couple of classes, one is class demo, the other one is, we have done that before, like abstract class, car is there, Maruti is there, another class, Santro is there, another one, use car is there, another one. We have done that. So 4 classes are there. So when you compile all of them, or when you compile the main method, you can do it as a single program also, I told you, right? So those 4 subprograms, because 4 classes are there, so 4 dot class files will be created, and all those dot class files will get loaded into memory. That memory is nothing but called as class loader subsystem. And that class loader subsystem can be divided into 5 parts. You can see here. First part, method area. First part is method area. Second part is heap. Third part is Java stacks. Fourth part is PC counter registers, program counter registers. And the last part is